Will you have Brady to be your wedded husband, to live together in the covenant of faith, hope, and love, according to the intention of God for your lives together in Jesus Christ? Will you listen to his inmost thoughts, be considerate and tender in your care of him, and stand by him faithfully in sickness and in health, and preferring him above all others, accept full responsibility for his every necessity for as long as you both shall live? Brady and Kimberly have written their own vows, and at this time they're going to read them to each other.
Kimberly, in a letter you wrote to me more than 2 years ago, you said that once I was gone, this place will be so different. An entire city filled with the most unbelievable, craziest dreams of yesterday, wishing there'd be some tomorrows. Well, right now, at this moment, and forever after that, I can promise that there will be tomorrow. Tomorrow that isn't just filled with dreams of yesterday, but the promise of the future. When we first met, I asked Godwin, what do you think of that Kimmy girl? And he looked at me and said, Brady, she's just about crazy enough to keep you occupied forever. Well, not only have you kept me occupied, you've kept me enthralled. I promise I'll always be faithful, I'll always be strong, and I'll always be yours. Nothing will ever be able to break the bond that you and I will create. You will always be my best friend, my soulmate, my perfect angel, and my lover. I will love and cherish you all the days of my life, and I'll make certain that I'll always stand beside you in times of trouble and trial.
You're my very best friend, my angel, my sunshine, and I adore you. I've always dreamed of this day, and now I choose a lifetime with you, my beloved husband. And I, your beloved wife. From this moment forward, I promise to trust and support you as you lead us through the life God has brought us to live together. No matter the hardships life brings, I promise to fight through them with you. In the times of joy and blessing, I promise to be right beside you in delight. I will always strive to love you with the same selfless, passionate, and unconditional love that Christ has freely chosen to give to us. I promise that only you, Brady Joel, will ever have any intimate part of it. As today I give myself to you and we become yours. May we put God first always as a foundation, and may I keep this blessed marriage covenant all the days of my life.
Brady, what token do you give as a pledge of the sincerity of your vows today?
Irene.
The ring is a fitting symbol to represent the covenant that you are making today. You'll notice the ring is a complete circle without beginning or end. It is symbolic of the endlessness of your love for Kimberly. Brady, every time you look at this ring on Kimberly's finger, let it remind you that on October 24, 2011, you gave this ring to her as a tangible symbol of spiritual commitment. Let it remind you that your love is endless and your commitment forever. Brady, place that on her finger and repeat after me. Kimberly. Yeah.
Kimberly.
This ring is a symbol
This ring is a symbol
and seal of my covenant commitment
and seal of my covenant commitment
to you as your husband.
to you as your husband.
As Jesus molds my love
As Jesus molds my love
for you
for you
into the kind of love
into the kind of love
he has for the church,
he has for the church,
I promise to love you
I promise to love you
with a Christ-like love.
with a Christ-like love.
Wear this ring for me every day.
Wear this ring for me every day.
I believe with all my heart
I believe with all my heart
that my love for you is forever.
that my love for you is forever.
I give this ring to you
I give this ring to you
as my loving wife.
as my loving wife.
Kimberly, what token do you give today as a pledge of your sincerity to your vows? You'll notice notice that this ring is made of a metal that will not tarnish or turn with age. It is symbolic of your purity and love for Brady. And Kimberly, every time that you look at this ring on Brady's finger, let it remind you that on October 24th, 2011, you gave this ring to him as a tangible symbol of spiritual commitment. Let it remind you that your love is endless and your commitment forever. Kimberly, place that on Brady's finger and repeat after me, please. Brady, this ring is a symbol and seal of my covenant commitment to you as your wife. As Jesus molds my love for you into the kind of love he has for the church, I promise to love you with a Christ-like love. Wear this ring for me every day. I believe with all my heart that my love for you is forever. I give this ring to you as my loving husband. A part of Christian heritage is a sharing of communion. As Christ did at the Last Supper, a coming to the table of the Lord and partaking in this spiritually significant experience, Brady and Kim have chosen to take their very first communion together today as husband and wife in your presence, to acknowledge at the place that their spiritual heritage will continue to have in their new life together. As the Bible tells us, Christ gathered his disciples the evening before his crucifixion on the cross and shared a meal. This meal was different than the others before it in that Christ asked that they make special note of the occasion. Christ, knowing of his fate, wanted to ensure that each disciple understood that his presence was not fleeting, that he was to remain with them always in their hearts, souls, and mind. In the sharing of bread and wine together, Jesus instructed his disciples to both always remember him and to look forward to his return one day. Christ said, "This is my body, which is given for you. Do this in remembrance of me." And they ate of the bread. In the same way, Christ took the cup of wine after dinner and said, "This cup is a new covenant between God and me, sealed by the shedding of my blood. Do this in remembrance as often as you drink it." And they all took the cup. Today, Brady and Kimberly have chosen to commemorate their marriage through the celebration of the sand ceremony. This ceremony symbolizes the inseparable union of Brady and Kimberly into a covenant marriage relationship. Through the pouring of these two individual containers of sand, one representing you, Kimberly, and all that you were, all that you are, and all that you will ever be. And the other representing you, Brady, and all that you were, and all that you are, and all that you will ever be. As these two containers of sand are poured into the third container, the individual containers of sand will no longer exist, but will be joined together as one. And just as these grains of sand can never be separated and poured again into the individual containers, so will your marriage be. Because Brady and Kimberly have desired each other in marriage and have witnessed this before God in our gathering, affirming their acceptance of the responsibilities of such a union, and have pledged their love and faith to each other, sealing their vows in the giving and the receiving of rings, I do proclaim that they are husband and wife in the sight of God and